introduction to this debate points out that some people think that agency, that is our inherent ability to choose our actions, is the defining thing about humans, and others say that it's our consciousness of ourselves. And the introduction also points out that some people think that these things are illusions. I am firmly and squarely in that second camp. As far as agency is concerned, and in 8 minutes there's no time to begin to go into the philosophical arguments, though Tom might have a go, I don't know whether you're getting brave enough to launch into them. And there isn't time either to rehearse the empirical evidence, which, for my part, I believe actually destroys the notion of free will. Many of you, though, here will probably be familiar with the experiments done by Benjamin Libet in the 80s, which essentially showed that the brain unconsciously begins to organize and to execute an action before our conscious minds are good quarter, almost half a second before our conscious minds are even aware that we're starting to do this. From this, for reasons that are too complicated to go into, I think that it is reasonable to extrapolate that everything that we do, even our most deliberated and conscious actions, are actually no more than the playing out, if you like, of pre-programmed programs in the brain which are responding to environmental stimuli. So effectively we're no more free to do one action rather than another, than a raindrop might be free to start going upwards instead of down from the sky. We are like, in that respect, anything else in this material universe. So, nothing special about us there. What about this other thing that is often put forward as being unique to human beings, our particular type of consciousness? As we usually use that word consciousness, we refer to a particular type of awareness, that is, awareness of ourself. We don't just know, we don't just have information about the outside world, we know that we know it. And we know that we know it because we have a notion or a sense of ourselves as entities in this universe, which is, if you like, the vehicle of this experience. So if, for example, if there's an emotion, anger, fear, we know that it's our anger, our fear. It's not just fear out there somewhere. We own our own experiences. And this essentially is what it is to have a sense of self. So, could this, our sense of self, be the thing that distinguishes us from other animals? Well, certainly human beings do seem to have a greater and clearer sense of self than other animals. But it's probably not unique to us. One of the tests of it, as you might know, is something called theory of mind. Theory of mind is essentially the ability that a sentient being has to know that not only it has its own experiences, which are unique and private to it, but that other beings as well have their own distinct and separate feelings, ideas, notions, and thoughts. That essentially is what theory of mind is. Well, for a long time we thought that that was just given to us and that it was unique to human beings, but a lot of work has been going on in the last 10 years or so on seeing whether theory of mind is something that other animals have, and wherever psychologists seem to look for it, they do seem to find the glimmerings of it at least. And we now know that many types of primates have it, certain types of birds have it, African parrots said to have it, some extent. Dolphins have it. I think dogs are thought to have it, but they're probably too stupid to know. Cats definitely have it, but I suspect they weren't playing ball with psychologists, so that. But in other words, it seems that theory of mind, which requires a sense of self, that too is not unique to human beings. And so, one by one, it seems to me, as we find out more about ourselves and about the other animals that we share this planet with, it seems that the things that we used to hold dear as being unique to us, essential to human nature, are seen not to be that at all. We're just one animal among others. If we do have a distinct nature, certainly it is that we have a greater, more fluid intelligence. We use tools, though some animals do that as well. We've got a uniquely well-developed language faculty, and that in turn gives us an ability to deal with abstractions in a way that other animals can't do. So all in all, if you count out what is special to us, it's a very impressive bunch of things. The trouble is, that's not really enough for us, is it? We want more. Sort of tick list of competences is not what we're talking about when we look for the essence of human nature. What we really want to find is some quality that sets us clearly apart from mere beasts. We want to think we have a privileged place in this universe that accords with our intuitions, because we certainly feel intuitively that we're not like other beasts, we feel more special. And so we look to things like freedom, perhaps, from determinism, that mysterious thing called free will, or a form of consciousness that is not just a physical process, but some kind of physical stuff. We want to be gods, essentially, or at least part of some spiritual realm that sets us apart from the material. And perhaps, in fact, this is the defining thing about human beings. Perhaps this is the one thing that is essential to human nature, our ambition and desire to transcend the material, and the conceit or delusion that we actually do and can do this.